Item on the agenda is item number 2. This is the matter of the design review appeal filed by Adam Sines on behalf of First Merit Bank. I get a motion to put it on the floor.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Anybody want to weigh in, Phil?
I believe the proponent is here.
I see him now. Okay. Please speak at the microphone.
Mr. Chairman, before this gentleman begins, this is for the sign on Lowell Street, is that correct?
Actually, we made a request for 2 variances, one on Abbey Road, one on Lowell. Tonight, the first order of business is we would like to withdraw our request for the branch on Lowell Street.
Because they're closing, that's correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
That's correct. So tonight, we're requesting a variance only for the branch on South Abbey Road.
Okay, thank you. Just state your name and address and go for it.
Good evening. My name is Fred Hawk. I'm project director with First Merit Bank, and we are here tonight to respectfully request a variance for new sign faces for our branch at 565 Abbey Road. And if I might use the projector, I'm just going to set this paper right over here. We have an existing monument sign on Abbey Road, which is shown in this photograph. That sign today has 2 sign faces facing north and south. Those sign faces are blue, they are backlit, and the sign says, as you can see here, First Merit EST Bank. Our estimate is that this sign face is about 13 years old. It is weathering, there's some cracking in the vinyl. Our proposal is to replace the sign faces, and in replacing them, we are dropping the EST Bank. That is an old affiliate name that we have been pulling out of signs as they get repaired or replaced. So we're proposing putting in new sign faces, exactly the same size that you see here tonight, but with only the logo and First Merit Bank on them. But since we went through the permitting process, our understanding is that the current code requires the sign background to be opaque and only the logo and the First Merit letters to be backlit. We're requesting a variance allowing the entire sign face to be backlit as it is today. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Okay, thank you. Committee, have any questions? Phil, would you like to weigh in on the discussion? Or?
I think Angie was going to address this with regards to the opaqueness of the background.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, planning, well, the design review requirement is that the background be opaque, and we've carried that out with hundreds of signs with no exception except for Crazy Max. Now that was a slightly different circumstance than this one. They came to us prior to installing the sign face and they know the regulation. Therefore, we're recommending that they be required to opaque the background.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Bullock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, since the law director stepped out, what's the big hassle if the sign is the same color, same size, and being replaced just because? I mean, how can you change trademarks when people have trademarks? How can we say we're going to change your colors because we don't like your colors and it's a trademark sign?
Well, I don't believe we're changing any colors by just making them opaque the background.
But their trademark is not opaque. That's what I'm saying.
I believe I've seen another sign from First Merit where the background is opaque.
Do you have some that's opaque?
There are. The opaque requirement is something that we're seeing in other communities, and whenever we've been installing new signs where that's been a requirement, we've been compliant with that. We're asking for the variance here since it is an existing condition that we're looking to maintain. And to answer the question about opaque, our understanding is that the sign face would look much like it does in this photograph during the day. It would be at night. The blue would not be illuminated. You would just see the letters. So we're not asking for the variance because we believe it impacts our branding. We're asking for it because we're viewing this as really being a maintenance, a replacement of existing sign faces, and that we're not upgrading the entire sign.